For a man who must have written near to 100 pieces of fiction in his lifetime, and of which 45 of those have been made into movies, it's reasonable to say that amongst the gems there's going to be a few duds. For every Misery, there's a Good Marriage. Every It, a Dark Tower. Every Carrie, a Carrie remake. So how does Vincenzo Natali's adaptation of the Stephen King novella, In the Tall Grass, stack up against these odds? Well, unfortunately the movie falls short of the very first hurdle. It asks the question, can grass be scary? And we answer with a resounding, no. But that's not going to stop it from spending the next 90 minutes attempting to convince you otherwise. So, the film opens with siblings Becky and Cal on a road trip across an unspecified middle-of-nowhere region of Midwest USA, when they are lured to the side of the road in the outskirts of a big field of tall, very tall grass by the lost cries of a boy within. Now, as we all know from every movie ever, if a disembodied child's voice ever calls at you to come anywhere, you don't do it, because it's going to be a trap, or a demon. That's just facts. So naturally, both of them decide to wade right on in there. Why they both had to go in, I'm not certain, especially since the woman here is quite heavily pregnant and was just being sick a moment ago. But anyway, they're both lost in here now, and the grass is magic. Fantastic. Soon after losing each other and themselves in the verdant sea of grass, Cal stumbles upon this creepy little lad, Tobin. Seemingly the same boy from earlier, only there's something not quite right. Maybe it's that he's making creepy premonitions about Cal's sister being dead.
Your sister. She's gonna die soon.
But it's difficult to place a finger on it. Anyway, sweet little Tobin takes Cal's hands and leads him to this big old shark head looking rock, and the film poses its next big question. Can rock be scary? We all answer with a resounding, definitely no. But that doesn't matter because the movie is rolling with it. Forget about the grass, that's taken a backseat. It's all about this rock now. Things start to get a little bit trippy from here on out as we appear to get stuck in some sort of time loop. Cal and Becky's acquaintance, hillbilly Leonardo DiCaprio, arrives to try and find the missing siblings, only for the field to claim another victim. He then meets creepy Tobin and finds a dead Becky. Sad times. But then, what's this? There's another fresh-faced Tobin. What? And then, Becky and Cal are also here again. Now this is peculiar. Colour me intrigued. Unfortunately, those intrigues never go anywhere at all. The field seems to have its own time loop in which the same people are called into it over and over and over again. Why is this happening? I'm not sure. What is the significance of these particular groups of people? I'm also not sure. The movie does not care to explain it. Instead, the big shark rock makes Tobin's dad go crazy and start killing everyone. And that's mainly it for the rest of the movie. There's some allegory about religion and baby Jesus shoehorned in there because, of course there is. Tobin's dad acts like the rock is some sort of god, and Becky's painted as some sort of Virgin Mary. It's somewhat reminiscent of Darren Aronofsky's Mother, only a lot more on the nose. But again, there doesn't seem to have any real purpose behind any of it. It's just kind of thrown in there in the midst of crazy dad chasing teens. And I think that's the main issue within The Tall Grass. The novella it's based upon is a mere 69 pages long, and so much of this adaptation feels like unnecessary filler, as it tries to stretch that into a feature-length picture. From overly lingering shots of grass, pointed slow motion of people walking through grass, to completely nonsensical plot points which are ultimately just left as loose ends. I.e., these people made of grass. There's some fuggy imagery thrown in here and there, which will stick with you for at least 20 minutes after the movie's over. But just like this shot of Tobin's dad getting his head lightly banged against the god rock, nothing feel like it has any real impact. Some interesting ideas rear their heads briefly, only to be lost amongst the reeds. And then the end comes, and we wonder, well, what was the point of all that? Never has the expression watching grass grow ever felt more apt than it does here.